We are super excited to have you guys on this episode today.
You kind of do got to step out on faith, love traveling.
Believe you have it, then you will achieve it.
It's that season, get a new nigga for no reason, cuffing season.
Hey, like she said, it is cuffing season. Holidays are around the corner. So if you are in your dating era, we're going to show you how to date them all. And do not put your eggs all in one basket. So tune into this episode.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Alieshia.
It's your girl Surea.
And we are back with another episode of Black Girls Den Podcast. Woo woo! And this episode is all about dating them all, sis.
Yes.
Okay? Period. That's what we doing out here. So I have a little game, a Would You Rather edition about dating. So,
Okay.
Would you rather accidentally spill your entire drink on your date or have them sneeze right into your face during the meal?
Oh, definitely spilled a drink.
Yeah.
Because why would I want them to sneeze on my beautiful face?
Period. Spill the tea, sis. Spill the drink, sir.
Yes.
And give me another one. And no second date.
Exactly.
Bartender, waitress. So, yeah,
Right.
I would do that too. I would rather spill and drink on him. Hopefully it's water because I don't really drink.
Right.
So, yeah. Let us know. What would you rather do? Would you rather, spill a drink on them, or would you rather get sneezed in the face?
I hope y'all say the drink one, because if not, y'all nasty.
Yeah, that's just crazy. So that's a little would you rather, okay? So we actually have a new segment, and it's called the Den Win,
Yes.
which is our win of the week. So, yeah, let's tell them. What's your win of the week?
Well, considering it's Monday, the week really has not progressed yet. So the only thing I can really say is my win is I'm about to go to Canada in 4 days. For the first time, I'm going to Toronto. So I'm excited about that. So I think that's definitely a win. Anytime I get out of the country, it's a win.
Literally.
So I'm looking
win.
forward for that. Yes.
Yes. I'm going to do, I guess, 2 wins. One win is I'm going to go see Lil Wayne.
Oh, yes. Yes,
So
you
that's
are.
fun. And then another one, I would say, we talked about it before on the episode, but my brother, he shot his pilot last weekend. So a win of the week was being able to be on set. I've never been on set before, and it's a lot of work. It's very tiring.
Right.
But I met a lot of cool people, and like, as y'all know, I write and stuff like that too. So I was like, oh, maybe I should do my pilot. Maybe I should read and watch my things.
Right.
So I was talking to people. They're like, yeah, you should read it. Or you should well, they said I should produce stuff. Y'all know how much money this is? And so it made me think about oh, okay, I do have a pilot. Let me see where I can do it at. Let me see if I can get it off the ground and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of a win of the week to be able to just see the behind the scenes and how it goes and stuff.
Well, we
like
both
that.
got to experience because we were actually both on the set of her brother's movie. So look forward to that one. It's coming out, y'all. So maybe we can break into the industry, get into some Tyler Perry films or something.
Period.
So
Sign
I'm not going to
us
tell
up.
you guys my role or really what the movie was about. But yeah.
It's really a pilot.
It's a pilot, yes.
Yeah. I was behind the scenes, so I wasn't in it, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to help with the media behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's really my win of the week. I thought it was a cool experience. Never
it
been
definitely
on set
was.
before. So yeah, that's really what I have.
I was in my little fake sisters era for a second. Okay, this is how it is. When they're filming the episode, got the lights, the cameras, the take 1, take 2,
Child,
action.
she was like,
all
I was
that.
at the first I was like, who child, my head hurt. Yeah. It was early night.
But I only had to do 2 takes, and it wasn't because of me the second take. They basically said I was good the first time, but I was better been, because I only had 3 lines in the movie. So yeah,
literally. So I thought that was pretty cool to see that. So yeah, our next segment, it's the same segment, but it's our Den Diaries. So we're going to chat about dating them all, sis.
Yes.
So if you have not seen She's Gotta Have It, it came out, of course, it was a movie by Spike Lee.
Yes.
In the 90s or the
80s.
The 80s, yeah, the 80s. Which I didn't see that clearly. But it came back around, right before COVID, baby. 2019 Thanksgiving, She's Gotta Have It, had me in a choke
yes,
hold. Okay.
Me too.
I was like, yes, Netflix. And so I never knew about the film, actually. I just knew about the show. And I was like, what's this show?
I think I knew about the film, but I didn't really realize that it was that long ago. He made something from the 80s or whatever. Because,
Yeah, I've always known about him, but I never really watched his stuff.
Yeah.
So then I tuned into that, and I thought that was a really good show. So basically, if you didn't watch it, Nola Darling dated them all. She dated Mars, Greer, and Jamie.
Yes.
Which one was your favorite?
I'm gonna say Mars because he was just very animated and comical.
Yeah,
and he had like a lot of personality. Greer was weird to me. Jamie, he was
Greer
married.
was the metrosexual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jamie was married.
I think so.
Yeah, or he was like getting a divorce
or getting a divorce or
yeah,
something like that.
Oh, she had another lover too. It was Opal. Okay,
yes.
Clock that T. But yeah, so in that episode, but I feel like it was a really good, like, if we want to really get into like femininity and whatever they be saying, all them other words that whatever feminine, like, it's really like in your bag. Like, they was trying to come to know Dawn, but she was creative, she was artistic, and she was like, let it flow. Like, I'm gonna hang out with this and I'm gonna hang out with that dude, and you can get what you want from them. You can figure out what you want, what you like doing, all that. And so I feel like as women, we don't always date them all. We be like trying to date one.
Right.
But the men be dating them all. So I thought that this was a good conversation to talk about within this season and this era of dating and stuff like that. And cuffing season, it's like, let's talk about like, well, I don't even know. Like, do you date multiple men at one time? Or like, do you feel like it's a stigma for women who date multiple men?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I definitely think it's a stigma. For some reason, it's always, like towards us, we always are antagonized, and I feel like it's kind of like a taboo. If you hear about a woman dating multiple men, they think that she's effing everybody, and that does not mean that. Like, literally, that could just mean you're casually dating somebody, like you're literally going on dates with them, like you're in like a casual relationship. You know, nothing serious. You're just trying to get to know them, like the talking phase. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that person personally, because I feel like if you put your eggs all in one basket, put so much effort into somebody else, you kind of get attached to them quicker, and you don't really, it like kind of clouds your judgment. Like, at least with dating different men, you can kind of see what you want and what you don't want to deal with, you know?
Yeah, I'm always team date multiple men. I always have a roster. Like, I cannot do no roster, but because then men and women date differently. A man would be like, this, and he over here dating this woman, dating that woman, not even telling you. And so with women, we're like so caught up, and it's like, oh, I like him, but it's like, what has he shown you to even like him? Right. So it's just like, no, like, women date differently and women get attached, but it's like, you really got to be like, okay, like, no, I'm going to meet this dude, this one, or do this one, that one, and just like hang out with them. And that's to your point. Like, you don't have to have sex with all of them and that you're dating. That's literally what dating is. And I think the stigma about that is like, when we hear dating, it's like, oh, we're like, what's it called? Not like girlfriend, boyfriend, but like, we're going steady or something like that. And it's like, no, like, the true definition of dating is you're just dating. You're just, you know, getting to know people. You're not exclusive of what I was trying to word. Like, you're not exclusive. I'm not like dating you. You people even do friend dates. You date friends, you know? So like, you see that. So it's like, even take that mentality. Like, you date friends. You be like, okay, do I want to hang out with her more? I go on one day with her.
Like, literally, we did that with Bumble. Like, we had to experiment, go out with different people to see if our personality is going to click. What do we have in common? It's the same thing when you with a nigga. Like, you have to literally see, is he going to be fit for me? Like,
instead of being like, oh, that's my man, like, I'm gonna call him, that's my man, that's my, like, no, that is not your name, man, that's not your man. Like, you just met him. You need to watch him a little bit. Okay, Jocelyn told you need to watch him. You need to see. And then that's when women get so stuck, because you see that. But like, even with Nola Darling, like, she was like, okay, I like Mars for this one, I like Granted, it's like they teach you something different. It's like, okay, I mean, granted, you want to have it all as one, you know, as one person. But it was just like, okay, I'm fun. I'm having fun. Oh, she was 30. She just turned 30. She's like, I'm having fun and just like living life. And so it's like, she has her career. She's going to date. She's going to have fun. And so I feel like a lot of women aren't like given that time to just like have fun. I don't want to call it like a whole phase or whatever. But you haven't watched it. But even Tia Mowry,
I was about to mention her. I was like,
she doesn't have a whole phase. She was like raised up in the church and military, stuff like that. You date to marry. So it's not even like having a whole phase, which she dated for 2 years, but I don't really know. She said she met Corey at 20, so I don't know if she just didn't find nobody at 18. And she's Tia Mowry, so she might have been busy.
But she definitely didn't have sex because she lost her virginity to Corey, right?
Well, she didn't have sex until she was 25.
Was it with Corey or was it with somebody else? Okay, so Corey. She didn't have sex until she got married then.
Yeah. But I'm like, but they was dating since she was 20. So 20, for 5 years they didn't have sex. Right. But what I'm saying is though, before she met Corey, I don't know how much she was dating between those 2 years from 18. I was like, she was busy, so I don't even know if she had that, but it's like, we're like not taught, we're taught to like date one person, marry them. It's not like, we're not taught to like date around, see what you like, figure out what you like. And in general, how do we even know what we like if we haven't even been in those situations? Right. So at this point, it's just like, I'm just dating like, okay, I like, oh, I can see I like if my man calls me this time. I'm like, okay, no, I don't like when he don't call me. I'm like, oh, I like when he asked me to go out there. So I'm like, oh, I don't like this dude. Oh, like he too high temper. Like, no. But you never know if you only really know one person. I would say specifically when you're younger, what you like and what you dislike. So
now, as adults, like with us dating multiple men, do you think it's cool to date, like, because we're in Louisville, so it's small. Do you think it's cool to date multiple men in one city, or you think you kind of should spread them out, like have somebody like in Cincinnati, Atlanta, Louisville,
what's so funny?
Whatever you're on dates and like because I just feel like sometimes like if you tell a man like you dating other men, they be feeling some type of way about it.
You don't tell them
But that's but to my point, it's like, so what if you're on a date with somebody and they see you out and they're like, oh, so even though they know you're not exclusive, what do they feel some type of way about it? And like,
then that's their fault. They didn't lock you up. You didn't clink it down. That's your fault.
Right.
I'm dating out here. We're not dating exclusively. There ain't really no ring on my finger. You didn't ask me to be your girlfriend. True. You didn't give me the Instagram picture girlfriend. So we're just dating. We're having fun. And
so you're fine with dating men in a multiple city then?
Yeah, I am fine with that. But also I'm like, but who he with at the club, or who he will when he seen you.
Exactly.
But no, I was gonna say it's funny because I was going to Philly. I like Philly. I went to Philly like once or twice in the same year or whatever. And I was on Instagram. I just like show my travels over. I don't really like dudes following me on Instagram, but it happened. And then I was telling this dude like, oh, I was going to Philly. I forgot what he was saying. He was like, oh, you got a dude up there or something like that. I was like, what? Like, I don't have
why is that the first thing on his frontal lobe? Like, why is he asking you that question? That's giving insecure.
Yes, like, oh, like, why are you asking me if I have a man in Philly? Or like, he's like, oh, I thought that's what you travel for. So you think I'm traveling
You traveling for niggas? What?
Yeah, like, he thought that I was traveling there just because I'm going somewhere. So I was like, that's funny, though. So I think about that even because now I think about it because I'm like, if I go to Mexico again, they can be like, girl, do you got a man over there?
Right.
Because it's like, I do travel to the same city sometimes, or I do travel a lot. People could think whatever. But it's like, no, like, if I'm traveling, I'm traveling. But to your point, no, I don't mind having dudes in different cities. Honestly, that's really when I get on dating apps because it's like I want to meet dudes in other cities. So it's like, okay, I'm going to change my dating app to that thing. Some dudes don't like it. They be so mad. But I be like, it's not that serious. Like, so yeah, I'll have a dude in somewhere else. Like, it doesn't matter to me because if I'm dating them all now. Like, if it's like, if I'm in a relationship, like, I wouldn't, of course, be on the dating app. Some of y'all be on the dating apps. Right. But no, I don't mind, like, talking to a dude in Cincy, talking to a dude in LA, talking to a dude in New York, because it's like
because you talk to people long distance. Like when I first met you, because you said you was talking to somebody I think in Alabama or something before, and then
now he might watch this podcast.
Oh, well, ma'am,
yes,
but yes, and then I think
I did. I was trying to figure out when.
I think it was Alabama. Was it?
I don't know.
It was somewhere down south. I feel like.
Was it Georgia?
I don't know. Something like that.
When I met you, the dude that...
you wasn't like dating him. Like you had talked to him from Bumble or something, I think. I'm not really sure. Could have sworn
the dude that I'm thinking about wasn't from Alabama, but I talked to 2 dudes in Alabama, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. It might be just a different person, but I do remember you saying that or something.
Alabama was having me in her chokehold. Another dude from Alabama, I can't do Alabama. Can't do it no more.
I've never actually like went to Alabama as an adult. No, like I've only like not off topic, but I've only been there as a kid. And, like, I wanted to see, like, how Montgomery in Birmingham was. But I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of it, though. But I do know, like, black people do live down there. I don't know how good it is for the dating scene.
I would say when I was in Georgia, though, Birmingham is like 2 hours Montgomery. Yeah. So that's why I knew a lot of more dudes from Alabama.
Gotcha.
Because it's like an hour and a half away or something like that. They're very country. They're very country. So they're coming from that. Georgia's a whole different thing. Atlanta's a whole different thing. So them are country dudes. Like they're going to want to, I don't want to say a country girl, but they're going to want a different type of woman because... they're from there. Exactly. Or like because of how they was raised. So that's another thing too. Knowing where you're talking to dudes from is very interesting. But I mean, I've been in a lot of cities. Actually, I've been in a lot of cities in Alabama. I've been to Huntsville, Montgomery, Birmingham, Selma, and somewhere else. My cousin actually lives in Mobile and some of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mobile. That's like on the border of New Orleans or something.
Something like that. Yeah, because I think I talked to the dude that I talked to before, he lived in Mobile and he would go to New Orleans. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe. I blocked him. I blocked both of them. So,
girl, you already know my block list is heavy. Like scroll.
Old news, but that's why you gotta date them all, sis, because they be getting blocked. They don't be doing right. Block them. Yeah. Block. That's just me. But what do you think about cuffing season coming up? It's October. Cuffing season happening. November. I'm not about to be cuffed. So, but do you think it's cuffing season is real, or do you feel like it's just like something?
I do think like when I was younger, I think people really put emphasis on it because they would be like, oh, it's boo up season. Like, you know, the holidays is coming. It's about to be colder. So you need to get you a boo, blah, blah, blah. But I don't really look at it like that anymore. I'm not pressed anymore. I was really never pressed like some people were. Because, you know, literally some girls I've worked with, they will be like, oh, I really need a man to come home with me to the holidays. And I'm like, y'all really think like that? Like, y'all really got to have somebody come to Thanksgiving. Like, what if y'all break up between Thanksgiving and New Year's? Then it's like they met your family for what, you know? Like, I've never had that mindset of like letting just any man meet my family. Like, I'd rather meet his parents than he meet mine. Like, I think in my lifespan, only 3 guys have ever met my parents. And like, one was my prom date. That was high school. That didn't really count. And then I had a high school boyfriend that met my parents. And then my ex from a couple years ago, he met them. And other than that, that was really it. Like, I told them about other guys I dated. They're like, well, we know that you're not serious about him if he doesn't come to our house. So, you know, I've never had that mindset of like, let me bring somebody home for the holidays. So I feel like I look at cuffing season in a different light. I don't really put emphasis on it like that for real. Like, oh, I need to have somebody because the winter season's cold. I'd rather just snuggle up my blanket and some hot chocolate at this point and be in peace than dealing with somebody that's lying to me or cheating on me or something. I'm not saying all men do that, but I'm not going to just date somebody just for the sake of it. No. Like, so I don't know if it's real per se. I feel like that was like a younger thing, but it could still exist now. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it does exist. I feel like I'm opposite too. Like, I'm not really like, I want to bring somebody home. I feel like those are the most precious time. It's like, he is meeting your family. You might break up. So it's like, I would rather him like join me for my birthday or join me on like a different holiday. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas is like so close together. So New Year's. Now I would say I want cuffing season because I want the gifts. I want a Christmas gift.
Okay.
I know my gift. I don't have no boo for Christmas, but I didn't know like what I want for my Christmas gift. So it's like I think about that and then you think about Valentine's Day. So I think that's what I think about when it's cuffing season. Like, okay, let me get a man so you know I can do like cute pajama pictures or whatever like that. You know, it's like more about that. But I think about that more or less than like meeting my family. But I don't introduce my family to people. Now my brothers, they do introduce them to. I don't really do that. That's just not me. But my one guy friend, he's from Georgia. He loves my dad and my parents. He was like, what they do? I'm like, why are you worried about them? You don't even know them. And he loves them so much. I'm like, what the heck? But now actually, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe I shouldn't put too much pressure on about it. So it's like, oh yeah, you can meet my parents. Like, I don't care. You can meet them. But also I think it's like, I live like in Georgia, so I don't really think about it too much because it's like, well, how are you gonna meet my parents?
Right.
Unless it's only on the holidays when I go home.
Right.
So that's what I think about too. It's like there's gonna be no route. Like I don't just take trips to my house, like to my parents' house in the country for nothing. Yeah. So I think that also thing. So it's like, and maybe if we went on a trip together, like, oh yeah, you can meet my parents. Like we're going on this trip. We're going on like this family vacation or something like that. So that's kind of what I would do it as. I don't think I would just be like, oh yeah, just come home with me for the holidays, or whatever, because it's not really like such a big thing for me. So.
Now, when would you get to the point if you were dating multiple men, like where you gonna start cutting off the other people? Is it not gonna be until he actually tells you like there's solidified like y'all are in a relationship with each other, or do you think you would get to the point where you would start liking him so much that you're not really worried about the other people? You're going to phase them out on your own.
Yeah, I feel like they phase out on their own depending on who I'm talking to the most. They phase out. But if it's like, okay, I'm exclusive, like he wants to be exclusive with me, and I feel that same with him, I'm not telling dudes that I talk to other men if that's what you're asking. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it. Well, I think I used to do it before. Dudes don't like that for real.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I think I did it. Ooh, shoot. Bugs. I think I did it before where it's like, or they know like you're just not talking to me or something like that. Yeah. But I feel like it'll eventually like fall off. Like, okay, I'm hanging out with you more. Okay, I'm doing this more with you or whatever. So it's like, okay, boom, like I'm gonna be with
now.
you.
What happens if you get into that aura with 2 dudes? Like you really like almost fall in love with both.
May
of
the
them.
best man win.
Yeah, I'm like that would be the biggest thing I would like fear, but that would be really difficult. Like if you really end up like falling in love with like 2 dudes, like you're like, dang, I don't know who to choose because they both check off all the boxes and stuff.
I was like, would y'all like to be both my husbands?
Oh my god, you want to have a poly party?
Yes.
Poly want to crack up.
Okay, I'm like, have you ever thought about polygamy? I need 2 husbands. One to take care of me. And
there
one
was
to
a
take me
lady on
trips.
TikTok or
She has
Instagram.
2
She has 2
husbands.
husbands. Yeah,
And
and they're okay
it.
with it.
I love it for her, and I love it so much. So if you want to be both my husbands, thank you.
Nah, man, I cannot do that.
Oh, you can't have 2 husbands?
I feel like it's too much. You would?
Yeah. I said one for my bills and then one for my fun.
Oh my God.
Want to take care of me?
Would you have them both living in the same house, or would they live in different houses?
Oh, that might be fun. Maybe they have their own house, then I go to different houses.
Oh, you could do that.
That would be fun.
Wait, so you would live by yourself? You wouldn't live with one of the husbands?
I'm going back and forth to the houses.
Ma'am.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I see what you're saying.
My house? Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was confused. So you would, the 2 husbands would have their houses, and you would split your
like
time.
a co-parenting.
Gotcha.
Co-wife.
Okay.
Split it up. Hybrid. Yeah. I'm a hybrid girly child. Be at you. Oh, you work a lot during the week. Okay, I'll see you on the weekends. Let me go to the other man.
Oh my God. Right.
Split it up.
And I think that her and her husbands, they live in the same house.
I think they do.
And I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, I wonder if they're all sleeping in the same bed, because that's hella weird.
No, they're not. But even on Sister Wives' house, like, they do have their own bedroom. They have their own house, and the men goes to the different rooms or something like that.
Oh, okay. On Sister Wives?
Yeah, Sister Wives, something like that. Yeah, they be.
I never watched it, really tuned in, so I don't know how it was set up.
Oh yeah, people. Well, they do have their own houses, so he bops around or something like that. Or if he has like a big house,
gotcha,
then they'll be in there. They don't sleep in the same room.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't think I could do that. I feel like juggling one man is already enough. Like, whew. But
then when you get mad at that, when you have another one to talk to,
that's true.
See,
So,
there's always pros and cons.
But I wonder if they would end up getting jealous though, because I'm like, people always have the emotional attachments and connections to people.
A man is jealous, but they also know what they sign up for.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
because men be dating multiple women, they be having a whole wife and a whole girlfriend.
They surely do.
All
they be having side families, like Jesse Wu and Madam Joyce said.
Like,
so.
they be having side families. So what's wrong with the woman to have it? Mm-hmm. I don't know. But if you had a magic wand, how would you date? Like, if you had a magic wand, how would you date? How would you want, like, your dating era to be? Would you want to date multiple men? Or you want to just find one and just date him? Or do you feel like you would just like to, like, go to different places? And
I feel like, to me personally, I would want to go to different places. I don't want to be confined to just this geographic location. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I would want to try to go to Ghana and date somebody, maybe go to like Italy or something like that. Just get like the cultural feel of it. So I'm like, these men out here they got the whole passport bros movement. So I'm like, why can't we have
hoes?
Exactly. So I'm like, why can't we have passport women movement? So I'm like, to me, I feel like I would definitely go to different countries and just see, like, you know, I heard like Caribbean men, they're a lot to handle, but I think for the most part,
Haitian men.
Yeah, that they treat women differently. Like
Haitian men, they all cheat.
Well, yeah, cheating. But I'm saying, like, some of them, they say they treat them really well. I don't know too much about.
It depends on the country,
the diaspora. So I ain't trying to get into all that. But yeah, I would want to kind of.
I've talked to a dude from like St. Lucia. A lot of those they live in New York.
Yeah,
I've actually talked to a lot of. I don't want to say a lot, but like foreigners, but like they live in America, and that's what I was gonna say too. Even earlier today, I was like, yeah, I'm open. Like, baby, I date me a white man. The white man with the buns, the buns are so.
Have you ever watched what's his name, Coach Onwar? He'll be teaching you like the white men that are into black women.
I don't watch him, but I heard of him. But my
friends like that white man with the buns, and he's like the ones with the fades. He's like the redhead, the ginger. They love you, girly. So
that's what I be thinking.
I'm thinking about like Prince Harry, somebody like that.
In this city,
or
white
David
men
Beckham
loves black women in this city. So yeah, I'm open to all races, all ethnicities. No, yeah, I'm gonna just say that.
So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have anybody anytime soon. Personally, I know, like, I'm trying to move, of course, and like my friend was like, "Oh, you need to just date whenever you get there." I'm kind of low key tempted to get back on dating sites because I'm just like, I haven't been on a dating app literally in like 7 years. I haven't been on one since my ex that I was dating for, you know, a few years or whatever. And I don't know, I'm kind of scared because even though if I move to another city, it's like, how do I really meet people? Because they're like, you shouldn't meet a man at a bar. And like, if I'm not really going to a bar, like, how do I meet him? Like, am I going to meet him in a church organization? Like, at an event? Like, I don't know. I mean, you can meet somebody anywhere, but I feel like I'm so introverted. So I'm like, do you think dating apps are bad, or
I don't think
if you move to another city?
I don't think dating apps are bad. That's what I used when I went to Atlanta. I just think that it just depends on who you find. Because some people, they find their husbands and wives on there.
Right.
I don't know. I think it depends on where you're at in your location. I've got off of dating apps. I did get back on one, but I'm over the dating apps because they don't go nowhere. So I'm like, I'd rather meet somebody in person. But also, I've been watching this other podcast, and she's like, go to places that you want to go. So, like, I will go to an open mic night. I will go to
where you can find, like, your ideal partner.
Yeah, like, I will go to a movie shoot, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'll go to an event, a media event. So, it's like going to these places that you think that these men are going to be at is what I think personally versus, like, doing the dating apps. Because it's just, like, you're just going to see the same people. They're all on all the apps just like you are. So, it's like, I don't really think that it's really that much out there because, it's... Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they say that the men that are at the bottom of the barrel that's still facing trauma, not trying to deal with their issues, they're on the dating apps. But I'm like, I don't know about that. I feel like sometimes if men are newer to their cities, they aren't not that outgoing. You know, they might be shy. They might result to a dating app too.
Yeah, some of them are introvert. But so I think actually that's why I get off of dating apps. Because I met this really sweet guy. I think I told you about him. He lived in a different city. I noticed that men that are on dating apps, they're introverts.
Yeah.
And I don't want an introvert.
And that's, to your point, that's what Coach Onboard, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that man's name right. But that's what he said too. He said, like, Bumble used to be like a trash dating website. Like, a lot of women complain because I think on Bumble you have to initiate the conversation first.
And
they're like, so you get
me.
lazier men or whatever. So he's like, get on other sites where, like, they have to make the conversation. But he was like, even to that point, like, if you reach out to them, just do something very vague, very basic, like, hey, how you doing?
That's all I do.
And then see if they're going to take over the conversation. If they're just like, hi, they're not really being that interesting, like, they're not that conversational, then it's like, what's the point? Like, it's not going to get nowhere.
That's what they're lacking. Even Tia, she went on her last episode. She, it's Raya, I think, for celebrities. Her friends actually hacked it and looked at it and swiped.
What's Raya?
Raya is like for celebrity. It's a dating app for celebrities.
Dating apps.
And so they like kind of catfished the people because they was like, they thought it was Tia, but they really went to her friends and she like went through them and they were saying, like, some of them were saying crazy stuff, some of them were saying nice stuff or something like that. But she's like, to even be back on the dating app. So even it's the celebrities and everybody like that. It's like, it's just hard out here trying to navigate.
And I'm surprised that she was even doing that because normally with them, they would get like an exclusive, like, dating coach or something.
Oh, well, Raya is exclusive for celebrities.
Oh, okay. But it's an app, though.
It is an app, And I don't know if she just wants to do a dating coach. And I don't know. You know, it's TV. So she could just be doing it for the TV
Now,
show.
would you go to a dating coach? Like,
I don't know if I would go to a dating coach, but I have thought about doing, like, matchmaker.
Oh, okay.
They do it in New York or whatever. But I'm also thinking about the prospects and, like, who would be out here. So I have thought about a matchmaker. I probably don't have the matchmaker money to do it.
Yeah.
But I have thought about it, like, but I'm not thinking about it right now. But I thought about it maybe, like, later on. Yeah. And yeah, to your point, because I was like, you can travel, you can see different things, you can be open to, like, what's going on and, like, how people are dating and stuff like that. But I'm not really too pressed. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need a man tomorrow.
Right.
But, you know, it'd be cool. And we talked about this in a couple episodes a while ago about dating coworkers. I think I might be dating a coworker.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not dating a coworker. But I'm like, I think I'll be open to it. Like, dating coworkers, I need to date the boss. Okay. But, like, when we talk about access and we talk about finding people, like, you're going to see people at work. Right. So it's like, that's one of the main places you see at work, grocery stores. And I've been to a couple grocery stores.
Or the gym.
Yeah, the men be at the gym, but they be with their girls at the gym, or they be there late night and I be asleep, so I don't be there. Yeah. But our grocery store, so it's like, so that's when, like, the access you have is at work. And so if you work in an environment where there's a lot of people and it's, like, not small, I feel like it's easier to date there. Yeah, I think I agree with that. But I feel like if it's an intimate setting, I'm not going to even mess with that because I don't want to eat and shit while away. Like, but I mean, I'm at this age, just like, what do you do? Yes, like, at this age, why does it matter if you do it? And it depends, like, because if you're not looking for, like, if you're looking for another job, if you're leaving, and if that's not your boss, then it's like, okay, if they're there, you don't have to be in the same department. You don't. But I know people who they work together and they're dating. Yeah, people. I know two people that are dating also, and like they're just making everything discreet. And I'm like, kudos to you. Yeah, I would be making it discreet. Still just be professional. Or I wouldn't be telling HR or nothing like that. I would just be leaving it alone. But I'm like, that's what you're going to see, and then you kind of low key know how much money they make. Now, if they make less than you, girl, don't date them. Right. But you know how much money they make. You know they have a job. You know they have some type of, depending on, like, even in your line of action, like, you know, you can't have, like, a felony or something like that, you know? Correct. So it's just like, okay, you have to have it. So I'm like, child, baby, meet them at work. date them all at work too. Get one from
Right.
each other. Or I'm just playing. Try all the teams, all the departments. Just
Right.
figure it out. Okay.
And then to your point, like you can meet men or women, whatever you're into, like anywhere really. It can be vacation, it can be the gym, work, through a mutual friend. They say the longest relationships last through a mutual friend, but I don't know about that
My
because
mutual
I've had
friends are
friends.
mutualing.
Yeah, I'm like my friends that introduce me to men. Sometimes I'm just like, child, I don't know. I wish I
child,
never
your
was
friends-
introduced to them. So
Oh, your friends do be introducing you into some dudes.
yeah,
Woo.
so I'm like, I think I'm good off of that.
But sometimes it is the men, because the women, they some have good intentions.
Yeah, and they may not really know who they truly are. They know them as a friend, but they don't know them as a dating prospect. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little bit different.
And then when you date them all, that's what you're doing. You're building a friendship. So then you're able to see that. You're able to see who they are. And so you don't want to go and just like, oh, that's my man. You want to go on like, I'm dating you. I'm seeing who you are. Let's be friends.
Right.
But don't go to his house on the first night or the third night or the fifth night.
Yes.
Wait them. Make them wait.
And that's where I'll be slipping up. I don't be vetting people, but at this point, I'm definitely going to vet people. And I want to spill some tea, you know, with trying to research people, but I don't know if I want to get into all that right now. But yeah.
You didn't vet, so now you vet now.
Yeah, but if you can, look up people's phone numbers, try to ask them their first and last name. I always feel like it's a red flag if you don't really, like, I know that it's kind of weird. Sometimes people don't tell you their last name when you first meet them.
I never tell them.
But I'm like, I feel like you should know their last name because I'm like, what you got to hide? Like, you know.
Everything.
So, you or the man.
No, me.
Oh,
I don't need you to know my last name. But granted, this girl, that's the last name. And like, you can see records. There's one state, I forgot, know your laws in your state. There's one state that you can look up their stuff and you can see if there was like a sexual offender and stuff like that to know.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, and I'm not hiding nothing. I know I'm a good person, child. But I'm not giving you my last name. But I do ask your last names or they'll just say it kind of. Then I'll look them up to kind of see.
Right.
But be discreet if you're going to do it and just do it for your own good. But I don't give my last name out. I don't give my information. I don't even give my social media. I don't give none of that out because I don't really need you to know that. I am secretive about that. But that's just because that's me and that's.
And I'm about to stop doing that because I don't want people to even know that I'm on a podcast until like we're really truly together because I don't need you trying to get the tea on me.
Yeah, this dude was like, "Oh,
like,
I'm gonna just look you up," and I was like, "What? Who says that?" But granted, they don't really know how to spell my name, and I don't have that. I don't have that.
And your last name is unique too. So.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I don't give it out. And my Facebook name isn't even my real Facebook name.
Right.
Neither is my
TikTok name is not. I took mine off there because
I did see that.
I did not need people from my job or anywhere else trying to look me up. So I'm like, because one time my site supervisor threatened that or whatever. He was saying it in a joking way, but I'm like, no, you really would try to look me up because I was talking about me doing videos. He's like, I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna find you, and I'm like, what, boys? Get out of my face.
I seen that you changed your name. I was like, I wonder what she changed her name for. Yeah. Even I did another one, and like my name's not on there at all. So yeah,
I just feel like, what's the point? Because it's like, okay, well, if you go on my website, like for Black Girls Den, you're gonna know what my name is anyway. It's Surea, like, and it's on YouTube, it's on everything else. So I gotta have it like on here. So yeah,
yes, that's what I think.
And I normally always did my nickname on my social media. I would have Suki, like, because that's what I was known as, like my stage name. So I just went back to that.
Oh yeah, I was like, I wish I had a stage name. I don't really have one no more.
We call it Leash. The Leash.
The Leash. I'm crying. Yeah, if I had a stage name, we could have go by our stage name. Like, oh, we're changing our names. Mandy and Weezy, they have stage names.
Oh, okay.
Mandy's name is Amanda. That's
off of Horrible Decisions. Yeah.
And Weezy's name, we don't even know Weezy's real name. We know Amanda's name a little bit more, but like, you can't even look them up.
I mean, that's kind of good though in a sense because I feel like it's a sense of protection also.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, I never say my middle name. Because I don't want y'all to know. So my friends are like, oh, why don't you go by your middle name? I was like, I don't want people to know my middle name for real. For real. Only a certain amount of you know, and even because you know they could look you up on LinkedIn, they could look you on stuff like that. So it's like, no, this girl even changed her LinkedIn. She didn't lose her job, but somebody, I don't know if they went and looked. She was doing TikTok videos. She moved from Seattle to Dallas or whatever, and she wasn't supposed to move there and to Dallas or whatever. So someone found out or whatever, so they told her, I don't know what she did. But she's like, are y'all looking on my LinkedIn? Are y'all on my TikTok? So I was like, I don't even know, child. So yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why you gotta be careful because it's like if you got a past attached with somebody or anything like that, people can look you up, do crazy stuff. It's just like you just gotta be careful, whatever. Like, so yeah.
Well, that's some homegirl advice for y'all. We definitely went the other way, but as we wrap it up, we do want to share some couple, new segments or whatever with y'all. We're doing a homegirl hotline.
Yes.
So you'll be able to text us if you have a question or if you have a thought about the podcast, or you can even leave a voicemail if you want some homegirl advice from us.
Yep.
And the number is 502-233-1788.
Right.
502-233-1778. That's for the people who are listening to us. So call us, leave us a voicemail. You can text us if you have a question, you want to talk about the podcast, have anything. We're going to be doing some more things where we're going to have like a hotline where we can go live and stuff like that. We're working on all that stuff in the background. Okay, you see, we're working on everything.
Right.
We have a newsletter coming out. We have a lot of stuff happening. So if you're not tuned in on us on social media, that's Instagram, the Black Girl Den Podcast, TikTok, BGD Podcast, Facebook, the Black Girl Den Podcast, and we're on LinkedIn at Black Girl Den Podcast. So you need to connect with us on social media, YouTube if you're watching this, so you know that you all can see everything that's happening and going on. And yeah, just stay tuned. We release every Wednesday, 5 a.m. audio, and 2 p.m. on YouTube.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So if you like the episode, make sure you share it with your cousin, your sister, your mother, coworker, whoever.
And where else can they reach us at?
Email.
Yes.
So if you guys have a Q&A that y'all want, if y'all have a question, y'all want us to answer it on the podcast, shoot us an email at blackgirlsden@gmail.com. So
yes.
Like she said, we'll have newsletters coming out. So we want y'all to sign up. We have our website in the link in the description of this video. So yeah.
Yeah, check us out. Thanks so much. If you have some topic suggestions or whatever, you want to be a brand ambassador, let us know.
Yeah, or collaborate.
Yes, we are here for you. Okay.
And as y'all know, we got our merch. So we are still selling our wine glasses. Definitely cute for the seasons. Hot chocolate can go in there, or some tea or something like that. Some wine. If you're not a wine girl, you put some water in there. But they are 15% off your first purchase. BGDPOD 15, I think is the access code. So yeah, the link is in the description.
Yeah, it's going to be in the description. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Yes. Tune into our next episode. Make sure you check out our episode, our GQ edition episode. And then our last episode was what? I can't even remember.
It was Life is a Rat Race.
Yeah, Life is a Rat Race, child.
Yes.
And we are not trying to be in that rat race, but here we are.
Yes, so. Talking about getting off the hamster wheel.
So check that out.
If you guys do like our episodes, make sure y'all leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you can listen to the episodes at. We definitely love reviews because we shout y'all out on the episodes.
Yes. So. Y'all are our homegirl, so we're going to do homegirl shout outs.
Yes.
So y'all need to be leaving reviews and comments, okay? Rate us, like us on YouTube, wherever. So, try to be the next homegirl shout out. Okay? So, yeah. Black Girls Den is out. Yes.